Thank you for joining in today with Andrea Eichmann and Mark Peterson of the People's Patriot Project for this week's WeP3 Debrief. Find out what our crew has been working on to help support those who have given some and all to the pursuit of liberty and freedoms across Minnesota and the United States. Watch, listen, and support as we create the beacon of hope and opportunity in today's society that needs its heroes. Are you a veteran, first responder, or a patriot looking for a place to put your skill set, your thoughts, and or want to help continue the mission? You have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we want to be the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always clean. We want to be part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to the WeP3 Debrief. Here's Andrea and Mark letting you know the mission. And as always, Patriot Pride.
Oh my gosh, what is with that mute button? Hey, welcome to the Friday Debrief with Mark Peterson and Andrea Eichmann of the People's Patriot Project.
Why are you introducing me?
Because I want you to just stay quiet for a minute. Oh, shoot. No, I got it. Somebody's standing in the freezing cold. I got to run for 15 seconds. Count, and I promise I'll be right back. I promise.
You act like you're in Nashville, this freezing cold stuff.
It's freezing.
We've been watching shots and pictures from all over the United States of Texas getting snow, oh my, and Nashville getting snow, oh my, buck up. I'm totally joking. I know it's not your norm, and may our wishes and thoughts be with you during this time of trial and tribulation. If you need a moment to get out of the weather, come on up to Minnesota, hang out with us for a minute, and we'll help take care of you. And again, I'm saying that all in light, but happy Friday. This is our Remember Everyone Deployed Day, where we wear red to remember all those that are deployed. With the People's Patriot Project, we believe that the ones that are on the front lines in our military, our veterans, and our first responders are all out there taking care of all of our needs, helping and securing our safety, our security, and our liberty and happiness. So thank you, brothers and sisters who are out there and making sure that we are safe and, for the most part, not have people kicking in our back doors. And it doesn't stop from the winter wonderland knocking on your door, and enjoy that while you can. I know, Texas, you're struggling, but you'll be okay.
Well, it's 1 degree out there, so
1 degree here in Minnesota.
There's her note. She said, I got in.
It's blustery. It's all good.
It is a day.
It is all good.
Tis a day. So, dude, you asked if our guests were in the document, and
I put them. They're in there. Great job, you did it. It's like magically appeared.
I did it.
I'd like to thank Scotty Sexton and Nikki Flowers for getting our radio up and kind of more organized and running. It's not where we want it to be yet, but we're going to keep pushing at that and help to make sure that it is one of the most, or is the most patriotic radio station in the country. We were listening to Dave Bray as we were coming into our show today, in the House of the Rising Sun, and so it's give him a little mark and go out and check out Mr. Bray, upload and download and inload all of his music, and it's just good, clean American music, and we love it.
You know what? If Dave Bray doesn't get you fired up, then you might not be getting fired up. And maybe maybe House of the Rising Sun isn't that song, but maybe it is.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is.
Yeah.
There's some people out on our radio station we don't quite want on there yet. We'll get that figured out.
They weren't on our list, but somebody was helping us and they needed some filler. And I don't know that a couple of them are very patriotic, but we're getting there. That is the biggest thing, is that we are getting there. And I had a couple
And we're learning. We're learning.
And I had a couple conversations today that I think they're just going to hand some awesome musicians over to us. So I think some we've already overlapped, but I think they're going to bring us some new exciting.
That was a new name you dropped to me. I don't know that I knew that name from before.
The one that's going to be a guest soon?
Is that what it is? They're going to be a guest, and that's what they want to do. And maybe we need to have a different kind of conversation with them. We love our musicians. Did you get a chance to see Stephen John last night live? He was on for about 2 hours.
I didn't. Well, I didn't see it while it was live. No, but I did go back and watch a little bit.
Sure, yeah. I trolled his page a bit and made sure he got some messages out to him. And if you get a chance, check out Stephen John Music at Stephen John Music, and if you are a patriot, and if you believe in what the mission of the People's Patriot Project is, and how we serve our members that have served, lift that amazing, credible man up. He's going through a little hiccup. I think when it's all said and done, it'll be fine. But we never know how the world turns sometimes. I don't know that it actually revolves on its axis. I know we learned that at one point, but or maybe we just need to shake this stuff up. I said stuff.
You know what? We in seventh grade, we read a Scrooge story. Scrooge, Bah Humbug and the Cratchits and all that, and Ebenezer Scrooge. And after we read that, for something different this year, I wanted the kids to do a compare contrast, and so instead of watching the play or one of the newer versions of the Christmas Carol, I had the kids watch It's a Wonderful Life, and with the intent of comparing and contrasting George and his ghost of, actually George's is an angel, not a ghost, of Christmas past, present, and future, and they don't even refer to it as Christmas, but kind of it comes down to what the world would be if he had never been a part of the world, which is what Scrooge sees, how he left his mark on the world. Nobody liked him in the end. And so until he changed. Anyway, in the movie It's a Wonderful Life, there's an instance where George is kind of losing his stuff, and he assaults a police officer, and because he's trying to get away, right? And so he punches him to the ground and he runs away. And that officer, I don't want to get on any political terms, but in the setting, the time, and the place, the officer pulled his gun and started shooting. And my seventh graders were like, what is happening? And I'm like, I guess that was in the day when if you were a criminal, they could shoot you.
Wow.
Sorry. I just, the shock on their faces. And I'm like, yeah, like people used to kind of be afraid to commit crimes because there was consequence. And the consequence was immediate and kind of painful. If painful at all, I don't.
That is super weird because I actually had that exact conversation with some people today, and what can we do to bring us back to center? And wow,
I'm sorry, I don't mean
to open that can of worms.
I know, and we live in Minnesota, and that's kind of taboo to eat.
That doesn't mean anything, Andrea.
We don't really talk about that, but honestly, there's a fear of consequence. In my class with 8th graders, we talked about spankings because they're like, you guys know nobody believes in spankings anymore. And I'm like,
is it bad if I say I like spankings? Is this the right time and place?
It could be a different conversation. We gotta make sure maybe adults only. No. Right, like, I don't know, because I was gonna say it only takes one, but in Peterson's case, you'll have to talk to him. I
was just joking.
Oh goodness. So, right. I took off. Um, did you happen to mention our guest from last weekend?
I haven't said anything.
You waited
I
for me
was killing
while I was running.
killing
I
time.
ran. I got a little headache. I ran to the end of the hallway and back.
Oh lordy, you okay?
So I'll be fine. Running's not my thing unless it's life or death. And I did
I
it.
bet.
She was out there freezing. It could have been life or death. The joke is that another teacher let her in. So after I got there, she wasn't there, and I yelled out the door, "Hey, Kia!" And the other teacher goes,
Oh, you
"What are you
probably
looking
shouldn't
for?"
say her name out here.
No, it's okay. I can say her name. She's okay. I was just letting her in the door. She's
Yeah.
down the hall. She's fine. Okay, so we had
Okay.
from Rochester, Minnesota. He's
Where it was 1 degree.
where it's might even be colder down there right now. JT Thompson from JT Thompson and the Gunslingers. And
Boom.
I saw maybe a couple people from my area watching. And if you've not been to see JT Thompson, the Gunslingers, you should find yourself a place to go see JT. In fact, I should have his schedule. So this is a guy who is his age is between mine and my children's age. But
Oh, that's a pretty broad spectrum.
I
there.
know it's a big gap, but my children were friends with him when I met him, and
It's like sometime between Jesus and some.
so over the last 2,200 years, no, 2,000 years. Oh my God, I can't even do it. There's my math skills, folks. I just let them out. Anyway, JT is amazing. He just so there was very little prep because he was running some stuff and. Some stuff was his child. He was taking his son to a thing, and so we didn't really get to prep him. We just popped
called
him
him a
on,
mule.
and then kind of boom, I was like, "Hey JT, you got a song you can sing?" And that dude had his guitar all tuned up and was ready to roll. And I didn't know because I know he's got the band, the Gunslingers, with him. But I also know he's very talented on his own. So I was sure he could do it. I just didn't know if he was ready. And he's good. He's even better than I listened in the past, and I'm super impressed with him and the sound quality and the talent. And he wants to make things happen as a musician. And we had a really cool conversation about how he got where he is and how COVID dropped him back a few steps, and so he's crawling back out of that dip. And then when we come in and we're always saying we're referring to these guys and gals as our musicians or our veteran musicians. And I want all you guys to know, this was part of the conversation we had, is that is not to it's not bragging right. It's not an exploitation right. It's they're veterans and they're musicians, or they're first responders and they're musicians. Does that
But
get you
here's
a
the
step up or
caveat
a
to
step
that.
down? What's that?
Here's the caveat to that is because of the way our mission is set up, because the way we work, we have a close and personal relationship with everyone that comes on our show. And it may not be close and personal when they come on our show, but we've known JT for 2 years. And like you said, it's been in the wheelhouse. Simon John, we just talked about. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, we may or may not have been down in Nashville watching Andrea and Simon John dancing around the dance floor or something. Maybe that happened.
Okay, right. That followed. It may have been Mark and Stephen that started the dancing, and then I just couldn't hold back anymore. Maybe. And then I went on the dance floor. Yes.
No,
I like
and
trumpets.
and that's the perfect segue into what is so. It's a perfect segue into how our mission is different than other boots on the ground organizations who we dearly have great relationships with all over the country. But we are striving to create those relationships and to create that partnership and to create, it's part of our branding. It's part of what we do. And again, just in conversation with a guy yesterday, and it may at times, we don't get our promotions out as quickly and as fast as we'd like to sometimes because we're waiting sometimes for musicians that are very busy or business owners that are very busy, and we never ever you'll never hear us complain about them not showing up or not being there, because we understand. We understand how busy we are. So we've never really been upset about, it's not the quality of the radio station that we wanted out there to begin with, and where it's at right now. But we don't complain about it because we're relying on someone else to do it, and they're getting it done, and they're getting it fixed, because I don't have time and Andrea doesn't have time, and it's just amazing. And so we don't have our promotions out for this week's show. I'm planning on getting them done tonight, but we'll talk about it here in a minute. And we didn't get a promotion out for JT's show because we were waiting to the last moment, waiting for and knowing that he was going to be there. And here again, when I say our favorites, we got one of our favorites here, Chris Tice, and it's awesome to see your brother Tice, and you're amazing. If you haven't seen Chris's messages, make sure you reach out and check out his story, his mission, his passion, and he will lead you down a path of great conversation, great messages, and keep you in the. And he's with Eagle Fire Fellowship, or I'm sorry, Leadership, not Fellowship. Thank you, brother, for being here and supporting us. And again, it's always a pleasure. You're amazing, and your word is amazing. And I know it's not your word. That's the word of someone else. Maybe the Almighty is put in your mouth and in your heart, and you get to spread it, and we appreciate that. Wow, we got good peoples.
Chris, thanks. It's good to see you. I have such fond memories of being down at
Fob Rush.
Fob Rush. Thank you. I had
Operation, not Operation, Project I Heard.
Project I Heard, yes. And then at
With
Fob
Brian
Rush,
Gibson.
that was such an inspiring. Chris is a great speaker, you guys. If you need any sort of lifting up or advice or follow through, or even just a prayer after you've been busy all weekend, you need a good prayer on Sunday morning. Chris can.
Not only is he a great speaker, he makes great barbecue too, I think.
Coffee. No, it's all about the coffee starting out the day, right? Coffee with Chris, guys. I love it.
He should get a coffee line going for himself and have coffee with Chris.
Maybe once we grind out a couple minutes extra here and there, we can sit down with Chris and we'll get it rolling. We'll get some coffee rolling.
Put his face on the bag. That would be like, I'm having a moment. One of my brain moments. Who's that artist with the big poofy hair? Is it Bob? He does art and he's like speaks softly. Someone's going to tell me here in a second.
Like the painting guy?
Yeah. What's that guy's name?
Yeah, let me, what else? What else?
Oh, I don't know. I was just going to say, we put Chris's face on the coffee and we'll make him that next guy.
Bob Ross. Are you saying
Bob Ross?
Bob Ross? Tice, you better check that out. I don't think he looks like Bob Ross, but he does have a nice costume.
He said Bob Marley. Yeah. Hey, you want to be a Rastafarian? I know you do. Gosh dang. Those fire eaters, they're always like that. I tell you what.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. So, I'm just going to throw this out there again because a lot of you.
Can we get serious for a second?
Let me finish a second. No, this isn't serious. This was part of the fun, though it's a lot of work to get there. But some of you out there donated to our Christmas family cause, and I want to thank you. And just one more time, I want to say, so one of our families was so late that I ended up just taking Mom and Mrs. out shopping because I didn't have time to gather it all together and get it to them at the same time. And we kind of had a blast shopping. Got everything they needed, so they moved where it's not such cold weather, and they had gotten coats, and hats and gloves, but man, not the right boots for this kind of stuff. So boot shopping was fun. And then we took a little trip to Dick's Sporting Goods, and Mom was ever so thoughtful of the others in her house. And I was like, finally, you've got nothing for yourself. I saw you look at some things in the doorway when we came in, so I need you to go spend $100 or so on yourself. And she kind of had some fun. And did you know there's socks? One pair of socks out there. Yeah, I love the name. Like $23 for one pair of socks. That's spoiling yourself. If you want,
is it all right if I say love dicks at this time? Is this appropriate time to say
just
that?
don't search. Do you know that they've fixed? Because I went to shop there one time, and so I typed in dicks.com. Yep,
that's probably not.
They have
Andrea, can we keep it clean on here, please?
They fixed it. That's their domain now. It's okay. It used to be just dicksportinggoods.com. You don't shorten it up, but
oh boy,
you're making me laugh. I had a student maybe one day this week who, well, we may have gotten a write-up for being inappropriate, but gosh dang, sometimes it is hard not to laugh. These kids are funny. They're creative. They come up with some stuff that you're like, I'm kind of actually happy that we had masks on right now at this time, because I might have almost giggled. It was inappropriate, but it was funny. And it had something to do with, if you guys know the skateboarding world, there are these little tech decks, right? And they call them fingerboards. That's a brand name now too, fingerboards. And they're like little skateboards. And so they're little people do tricks and flip and skate. Well, they're in fax and they're making pillows. And so maybe they made pants for their little guys, which I think is incredibly not to be in class, but it's incredibly funny and ingenious, really.
We have the one and the only Michael Ledford on the line.
Hey, Michael. I hear you've got company coming down soon. One of my students was going to Puerto Rico, and I was like, hey, I think I'm going too. Let's try not to run into each other.
What the heck?
I don't know, Michael. I might have to send some 7th and 8th graders your way. I need you to teach them like the value of their lives so they appreciate school and stuff. Hey, we got lots of people down there, Michael, that out there. I mean, not down there, they're out there and they're watching what you do, Michael, and you're touching lives.
What does he do? What does Michael do?
What does Michael do?
He plays all the time. He plays all the time. He's in the water. He's jumping off waterfalls. He's probably shoveling snow right now. Nope, he's not doing that down in Puerto Rico. Michael Ledford is.
Oh crap, Michael! If you thought it was cold when you were here, you should have been in my car on the way to school this morning. I got like a 6 o'clock drive. I had mittens on. My fingers were frozen when I got here.
Michael would not approve of what was going on
dude,
here.
No mittens were making that not happen today. Craziness. All right, so
our buddy's back.
What, buddy?
An ownership link for your video has been.
Yeah. Well,
This is a product and property of WeP3 Radio. We Got Your 6 at 6 podcast and the People's Patriot Project. I wish I could read some kind of whatever this is. I don't want to say the wrong thing.
You're absolutely right.
It's not English. I can tell you that. And go away. When we find out, we are going to do everything we can to shut your sites down through Facebook and the proper channels. And that's what we're going to do.
Well, and honestly,
thanks for coming.
So
thanks
we
for
have
coming and joining.
That may be watching that don't know what's going on. Thank you, Chris. You take care too. Here's what's happening is somebody keeps saying they have ownership of something that we've used. We've asked several times, what is it? And they give like a time, like 7 seconds worth of time to tell us what they own, but there's nothing in there that we don't own. And so if they could tell us what it was and help us get it out of there, we will gladly get rid of it. But the truth is, it's ours. So anyway, that
It's my
being
child,
said,
actually. And then that's kind of
yeah.
funny. My child is not yours, and so. So Michael Ledford is rollout PTSD, and what an amazing mission. And he will take veterans and first responders down in Puerto Rico and help them with the recalibration just through relationship and recalibrating through experiences, memories, and just check them out. And we love having them in our network, love having them being part of what we're doing. And this isn't our typical debrief, but we love our peeps, and we're going to talk about our peeps when we get the chance to. So,
100%.
yeah, we have our show this week. We got our 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime on Sunday at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time, 1800. And we have the awesome opportunity, a brand new guy. We had to jostle some names and everything. Some guests that wanted to be on and then couldn't make it on. But we're building a new relationship with a young man named Chris Nobles with Simplify Design. He is your one-stop shop for all web page and web-based technology, and we're in a conversation about doing some streaming and working together, and we're really excited about that. And we struggled this last week. We've got a list of about 40 musicians that we've never had before to come on, and just again, communication, conversation, this and that. It's not happening when we want it to, how we want it to. And we're in the middle of a conversation. Gosh, it was roughly 6 o'clock last night. And Mr. Nobles said, "Hey, I got a guy for you." Reached out to him, excited. And so we will have Mr. Aaron Curtis Owen on this weekend as well. So
That's
we've got
who it is? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we got a full docket again, and we might have a couple other people drop in as usual and be able to share the world that what everyone is doing to take care of our veterans and first responders. So that's this weekend. If you get a chance, come see us. The People's Patriot Project is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to serve. It was set up and developed and designed so that those who wanted to continue their service after their post-enlistment, and if you're done kind of and you're looking for something to do, that's what we wanted to provide. And there's so many people out there that didn't get a chance to serve, wanted to serve, and didn't have a place because of medical reasons or maybe poor choices when they were younger, blah, blah, blah. We get it. This is the same opportunity. We will and do have openings, opportunities to help take care of those who have already taken care of us. And ultimately, we are the beacon of hope and opportunity as well for those that may be struggling with some things. We never promise more than we can deliver. We never lead people on, and we always have a conversation, regardless of what your needs are and what you need or want at that time. And sometimes wants are needs and needs are wants, and we work through those processes. And ultimate, we just want to lighten the load for you. Teamwork makes the dream work. Michael Ledford, absolutely. Absolutely. And that just seems like we got a boring debrief this week.
You don't sound very peppy.
I don't.
No, what's going on?
I'm pepped.
I mean, we
pepped.
talked about sagging pants, fingerboards.
You know what? I said I love spankings and I love Dick's Sporting Goods store. And you don't think I'm being peppy? Come on now. I'm seeing that we got Mr. Michael Jackson on our radio station right now as we speak.
Yeah, we're going to
The
change
most
it.
patriotic radio station in America. Boom. Nope. we'll get rid of that guy, but that's okay. We still time and place for him too. Whatever. Everyone's got a little MJ here and there, right?
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. I'm kind of excited.
So, what grandchild or family member has a birthday this weekend?
Oh, well, yes, my sister's coming up.
Oh,
Her birthday was
Monday,
Monday, Tuesday, so we're going to probably go out to eat with her.
Happy birthday, Stephanie.
Stephanie. Yep.
Strap on the feed bag. Is there a place she likes to go?
I think. Okay, shall I plug? There is a cool little, those of you that did the old steakhouse when you were kids, like the old darkly lit, carpeted, low ceiling steakhouse. Yeah,
Smell
we're gonna
like
go.
Smoke and beer and bourbon.
Oh, maybe back in the day in the bar area, but
yeah,
we're gonna go to Wiederholt's Steakhouse. I think that was kind of a request. So
Miss Eichmann thinks she knows how to pronounce every name correctly. And we have this conversation, Wiederholt, and I say Wiederholt, but it is what it is.
Hey, dude,
it's just a conversation piece.
They go to my school in my town, so German, not German, maybe. So
you're going to tell us more about Fort Buchanan there, Michael.
I can be the representative. I volunteer.
And you know that Fort Buchanan is in the North Pole, right?
Stop that. It says right here in Puerto Rico. So no, I am not aware of that. You're probably trying to
I might have fibbed you a little bit.
Trying to be all tricky and tricky. So no, it's not in the North Pole. Santa's in the North Pole. So, anything else, Peterson? What are you doing this weekend?
I actually, I might take a nap. I think that's what's on. I'm working for 2 years with a few command sergeant majors retired. One happened to be my first command sergeant major. So she was fully plugged in with all that's with the military.
Perfect. Yes,
you're doing the work, dog. Good job.
That's a big conversation.
My dream project is not. We have to put together our dream project. We, the People's Patriot Project.
Yep. So that's what you're going to do? That's your weekend?
Yeah. As soon as I get off here, I'm going to fall asleep and I'll wake up Monday morning and go to work.
You're so silly. Rumpelstiltskin. I think I've called you that before.
That's not the right word. Rumpelstiltskin.
Rumpelmints? You wanted me to say Rumpelmints.
No,
Stiltskin.
Not Rumpelmints either.
Who sleeps forever and wakes up one day with a big beard?
I should probably let you be the knower of all that information.
You're
language arts teacher.
Nerd.
You're a language arts teacher. Nerd.
Let's put together the dream team and do the dream project.
All right. Well, we're force feeding this, I think, a little bit. We appreciate all of you, and we thank you all for your support. Michael, you stay amazing. We already said bye to Mr. Tice, and we will see you this Sunday at We Got Your Six at 6 Patriot Playtime. And we'll see you then. Patriot Pride.
Peace out.